Hi everyone, how are you? We're just going to peruse Pinterest for a second and see if there's anything that gives me inspiration. I'm going to go to my saved. Come on, saved. Oh, haha, they're already there. Let's see. What inspires me today? Let's do this one. Whirligig. So the first, this is where we're supposed to end up. That looks like fun. We can end up like that too. Different variations, depending on how we make our little spiky bits. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to draw a circle, and then we're going to draw a curvy V shape, like that. And then all the way around that circle, we're going to draw that same curvy V shape until we get all the way around. And then once we're all the way around, we're going to draw this little spot going back this way, and then one coming up this way, so that we end up with a shape like that. But it looks like we can make that V shape, and then this little spiky bit however we want. This one has the curvy V and then another thing on top. We'll just have to play with it and see what kind of fun shape we can come up with. I'm going to turn on the light so you guys can see. I'm going to find a piece of paper that feels, maybe I'll do it on just a white or gray, which I have not drawn on very often, and then I'll use my markers. Oh, I wanted to give you guys an update on those markers, those paint markers that I bought. Oh, they're in the house. Well, here's one. These ZSCN or N markers. Some of these, because they came in like a 20 pack of the white and the black pens, and then the bigger, fatter, more Posca looking kind. The Posca looking kinds were working pretty well for my puzzles. These ones, some of them, I couldn't get the paint out. I just couldn't. This one, see, is already all dried up, and this is a new pen. I only barely used it, and it was already dried up. So I just wanted to give you kind of an update. It hasn't been that long since I did the review of these. They worked fine while they were fresh, but I'd only used this pen once, and then when I came back to it, it was all dried up and I could not get any more paint out of it. I don't know. They do have reversible nibs, so I haven't tried pulling the nib out and turning it around and putting it back in to see if that will work. But I wanted to give you guys just a quick update. If I try reversing the nib and it works well, I will give you another update. Just remind me. But let's do this. And I think I want a perfectly circular circle. So let me do, where's my, this. Let me do, what size do I want? Maybe that size? That looks like a good size. We'll put it kind of in the middle. Not so worried about being in the middle as I am. I want the circle to be actually circular. So let's do this size pen. So I'm using Copic Multiliner number 0.02 in case you care. Some people do. 3 years later, 4 years later, I'll get somebody, what pen are you using? I don't remember. That was 1,000 videos ago. I don't remember. So this is the longer edge and this is a shorter edge. They're not both the same size, so make note of that. I'm thinking that I'm not making my arms long enough. But I do see that in this other one, she's gone around more than once making this shape, so that's okay. Like something like that. And then we go back this way and then this way, however what we want our shape to be. I'm going to make it kind of that shape, I think. Yeah, I made these shapes a little too small, but that's okay. We'll get bigger as we go out. These feel very delicate. Those are very small. That. And then I'm going to come in and like this. I think I want these to be bigger, longer, fatter. I want them to be something. I'm not sure what. Maybe we'll just do another V here. Like that. Should I leave it like that? Feeling like I want to make that one really skinny. Do you have to follow the pattern exactly? No, you don't. You can just be inspired by the pattern. I think I want to, this one, I think I want to do another kind of petally shape coming out from there. Give it another movement going the other direction. which I think is kind of fun. You'll notice that I am moving my paper. I'm not trying to twist my hand, I'm moving my paper. Like that in the middle. I think I want something there. Kind of fill that space. If you want to find this pattern, just go onto my Pinterest page. I've got it pinned. I think that's cool. I like the way that turned out. I can erase that circle now in the middle. Did I really need it? Not particularly, but I did do it. Do I want another something coming out of there? No, we're gonna stay. We're gonna rein it back, Dawn. Okay, I think I want pink and orange. What do I do with my... I've got such a mess. It's time to clean up again. What do I do with my color wheel? I'll show you guys a color wheel. Color wheel's not here. Oh well. I've lost my color wheel. I really need to clean this desk. It's a disaster. But I think I'm going to go with pink and orange. With maybe a little yellow. That's a nice color. Start with pink in the middle. Am I a perfect colorist? No, I am definitely not. Now these are the brush tip pens, dual markers that I got from VSCN. Could probably use the bullet nib for this side. It would probably be better to use the fine liner in here because it's such a small area. But that just looks different. I would just prefer brush tips. I'm going to do a little bit of pink at the bottom of each of these. blend up into that kind of orangey red. This color is number 9. They don't have color names, so. And they're not alcohol markers, so I'm not expecting them to blend, which is why I'm not doing them fast. With alcohol marker, you would have to put this color down and then do the next color really quick because they blend. I'm not expecting these to blend because they're water-based markers. Well, that's a lot darker than I had anticipated. Well, it is what it is. Particular marker, I don't know if you can see it, it's a little fuzzy. Can you see the tip of that? It's a little fuzzy. I don't like that. My boss changed my schedule. She called me. I'm doing this on a Sunday. She called me Friday. Asked if I could work at another location most of the next week. So next week is going to be an early week. I have to be at work at 7 o'clock in the morning, and it's going to be a 30 to 45 minute drive, which I'm not used to because I've gotten very spoiled with my 10-minute, less than 10-minute. Actually, with traffic, it's like a 7-minute drive. Without traffic, it's like a 5-minute drive. I live really close to where I work. I'm going to go with orange. That's more like what I expected my other one to look like. I was a little off with my color selection, but that's okay. This will be fine. And I am not a morning person. Anybody who knows me knows that I am not really a morning person. I'm fine after a while. By the end of the week, I'll be fine. Tomorrow will be tough. In order to get ready, the earlier I have to be somewhere, the longer it takes me to wake up. So I actually have to get up. I think I set my alarm for 5:30. That's so early. I don't like getting up before the sun. Just not my thing. But the nice thing is that since I'm helping them out to do section resets or planograms, I'm not going to be running a register or have to really deal with direct customer service, which will be nice. Which means I can put a podcast in my ear. Usually just put one earbud in, just stick it in my left ear, and that way I don't have to worry. I can still hear what's going on around me, but I can just listen to a podcast. I found one that I'm really enjoying. I don't know how many episodes there are, but they started back in 2016, I think. Podcasts are only about a half hour long, and I've started them about 2 weeks ago. It's called Art Curious. I get it on my Kindle, but I think it's a Spotify, actually, is what Kindle uses as their podcast thing, because that's where the ads are Spotify ads. But it's called Art Curious, ARTCURIOUS. All one word, Art Curious. It's got a capital C for the curious, but it all seems to be one word. And she does kind of art history, but not the dry art history. Not the art history that you remember from school with just facts. She tells the stories behind the art, like the story behind Picasso, or the story behind Kayla Frida, that is not the right name. Frida Kahlo. Good gracious. I'm just not awake yet. She'll do the story behind, she did a Jack the Ripper series. I think it was two podcasts that talked about Jack the Ripper, which wouldn't have any, you wouldn't think it would have anything to do with art, but apparently at one point somebody thought that there was an artist who fit the profile of Jack the Ripper, so that made it interesting. It bounces around from era to era. One night at work I was listening to things about the Marie Antoinette, and then the next thing I know I'm listening to something about World War II and the Germans taking art pieces during the war, and I mean just all sorts of interesting things that I think you guys might be interested in. Not sponsored or affiliated or anything. I just something that I've been listening to at work. I've been really quite enjoying myself, and it doesn't take too much battery on my phone, which is good. I'm really just enjoying. You guys have any podcasts that you listen to and you think would be sort of art related or something that you think I might like? If you guys have watched me for a while, you know what I chit chat about. If there's anything that you think might interest me that you guys listen to, leave a comment below so that I can find some new inspirational things to listen to. I'd appreciate that. This is so much fun. I like taking a pattern and just taking the base of it and then using it as inspiration to do something different. Just leaning into something new and unique. This would make a good puzzle, wouldn't it? I think it would. I might save this as inspiration for a puzzle. So what was the name of this pattern that I sewed? Clearly took inspiration. Whirligig. There we go. Whirligig. That was fun. It didn't take very long, especially since I colored it. Usually coloring takes much longer than that. This is a fun little pattern. I'm happy with how that turned out. All right, you guys have a great day. I will see you on the next video. Go out and do something nice for someone today. Make the world a better place. And I'll see you later. Bye-bye.